Okay, Ed, talk to us about focus brands.
Yeah, why don't I talk to you about focus brands?
Yes.
Another one of these head scratchers,
Yeah, okay.
right? It's like, what are we waiting for?
That's right.
So this is a preferred vendor relationship that Rhonda McCauley established through the food buy folks that, we are driving a ton of business
Right.
through these days. So Focus Brands is based here in Atlanta. They have 5,500 restaurants, right?
Lots of
They're
opportunity.
brands that you've heard of.
That's right.
They have Carvel's. They have McAllister's. Welcome to Moe's. They have Moe's. They have Annie Ann's Pretzels, Cinnabon, Jamba Juice, Schlotsky's Delis. All very familiar
Right.
names, right? You drive by them every day, but we haven't stopped yet. So Rhonda publishes this report. So what Focus Brands did for us in Atlanta, they have two preferred vendors. It's us and those guys in the green uniforms.
Okay.
Us and Terminex. So it's a free-for-all.
Yeah.
Their goal, it's a franchise operation. Focus Brands, most of their restaurants are
Right.
all franchises. There's no really company-owned stores, and some of the company-owned stores we already have. So we have 5,500 individually franchised restaurants. Now, one franchisee may own 50 of them.
Right.
May own 100 of them, so you may hit the lottery when you go out and call on them. But what we have established with them is we have, number one, a list of all the locations
Right.
on Scout,
Okay.
every location, the addresses, sort it by zip code, sort it by city. You got places to go now, and you've got an endorsement letter
Nice.
that says Focus Brands says Workin's a pretty cool company. They're one of our preferred vendors. We would like you to do business with one of our preferred vendors. They don't have to,
Right.
Remember, these folks are franchises. They don't have to buy, but they don't have to buy the recommended program. But I think one of the coolest things about it is we already have pre-negotiated pricing
Right.
and scopes laid out for each one of these individual restaurant brands, right? Restaurant concepts. So there's a scope for every Annie Ann's. There's a price for all the Annie Ann's. There's a scope, a different scope for Jamba Juice. There's a different scope for Moe's. There's a different scope. All the work is done for you, but for some reason, we haven't called on them yet. I think maybe some of our account managers would rather go out there and cold call than warm call. And again, the introduction to these is rolling up to one of these and saying, Sonia, I'm just kind of curious why you haven't taken advantage of the corporate endorsed Focus Brands program for your Cinnabon location.
That's right.
Yet. And you just tee it up that way, and typically you know what the answer
That's
is,
right.
right?
We
You know
didn't
anything
know.
about it. Do you have a few minutes I can share it with you now, or would you like me to come back and inspect it later? So I think what you can do here is you can get busy.
Right.
You can be brand new. You can be an account manager here for 3 weeks and go out here and you won't have any fear of getting the price wrong.
That's right.
You know, the only thing, and they break down all the scope. If they need fly lights, there's a price for those.
That's right.
They need air freshener units in their restrooms. You got those. They need act design. The price, it's all laid out.
Just print it
The
up.
work's all done. All you have to do is go out and execute and go visit the customers.
Right.
Visit it via phone, pick up, go cold call them in person. We have all the stories. We have great success stories. I just wonder why everybody isn't doing it. We had a guy roll into a Subway a couple of years ago and he sold 150 of them.
That's right.
I mean, like an $80,000 sale because he ran into that one guy that owned all of them and he sold all of them.
That's right.
So those opportunities are here. There's 5,500 locations, and my question is, has every one of these restaurants in your turf, every one of these concepts in your turf, been visited by you or called on by you, and you've delivered a proposal? And I'm talking about putting paper out, the old Grant Cardone way. If you don't write it up, you're never going to get it. Roll in there with a contract already filled out, push it across, and say it's $43 or $50 per month. The only thing we got to figure out is the initial cost. Now you've written a proposal. So get after it. Go chase this business. It was just launched in February.
Nice.
We're just getting a little bit of traction. We've had some early success.
Good.
But now it's your turn to go get busy with it. Fair enough?
Sounds good.
Go chase it.